Shalom, shalom, Israel. All praise, all honor, glory given to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And welcome to another installment in the Truth series, or the Truth is Staring You Right in the Face series. In today's topic, we're going to be dealing with the movie Dark Tower. Yes, the movie Dark Tower. It's a great movie. We invite you to watch it when you get a chance. It's an older movie, probably came out a couple years ago, but nonetheless, it's a good movie. And the reason why we even do these series or these installments is to show our brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel who they are in these movies, and that there are hidden gems in these movies, hidden history, hidden facts, and that these movies all revolve around the nation of Israel, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. These movies are brought out so that you can see the light in a different perspective, not understanding who you are, what's going on, but knowing your history and seeing it right in front of your face. So that's what we're going to do today. And before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahushai being His Son, who the world calls Christ. And through His strength, sacrifice, and example, we are able to be here today to be able to give you another edifying lesson. And I'm your brother Ananias.
Brother Benaiah.
And we got the brother Yakub on. So we're going to dive right into it. This movie called The Dark Tower. I'm going to play this trailer through, or this scene through. Then we'll go back through and break it down for you, just to show you exactly what we're talking about.
You have nothing to be afraid of, my friend. Death is not far away. You want to know what's on the other side? Can you see it? Of course you can't. Because nothing is there. It's all a lie.
Go to hell.
Been there. Now burn.
We lost. Not while the tower still stands. Not while you still stand. Don't let him get in your head. I do not aim at my head. He who aims at his hand has forgotten the face of his father. I aim at my eye. I do not shoot with my hand. He who shoots with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. I shoot with my mind. I do not kill with my gun. He who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. I kill with my heart.
Stop breathing.
No. Fight! Fight it!
It never works on you, does it, Roland? The power you have to resist my magics. Not forever.
Face me! Face me.
The tower will fall, Roland. Until next time, old friend.
Hey, man.
It's a deep movie, deep scene. But what we're going to do now is go back through and show you, just through that small excerpt, we're going to show you exactly how that revolves around the nation of Israel, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Whether you know it or not, the gunslinger in the movie, that's the nation of Israel. And the other individual that you've seen that set the man on fire, they came and put one of his brothers to sleep. That's the devil. That's Esau, so-called white man that the Bible speaks of. And we're going to show you through the scriptures how all things are biblical. So let's go back through it again. And if y'all brothers got anything you want to add, feel free. So this in the beginning of this clip is a boy basically having visions. That what you see before you right there is our land, the nation of Israel, the land of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, destroyed, desolate. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 7. The book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 7.
Book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 7. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers.
You see that? That's a perfect scene to describe how our land is. It was destroyed. We were conquered, brought out of it into captivity, and our land was burned. It was lying desolate. Now it's being trodden down by the Gentiles, by the other nations, the strangers. And this is a perfect representation right here in this scene. Who is this right here walking? This is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
You have nothing to be afraid of, my friend.
Smooth as butter word.
Death is not far away.
You're saying death is not far away. You have nothing to worry about. That's what they tell us on a constant. You have nothing to worry about. But let's go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 3. Go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 3. Because as you see that man laying on the ground, shaking, trembling, he desiring to be death, to be taken away, to pass away. He desiring these things. And that's just like us as a nation of people. But we'll read it in the scriptures. Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 3.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 3. And death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, saith the Lord of hosts.
And death shall be chosen rather than life. Let me get Romans 6 and 23. What is death? Why would we choose death? What is death represented by in the scriptures? Because as you can see in this movie clip right here, this man ready to die, but for some reason he's still holding on. But the devil coming up to him, hey, ain't nothing wrong. You ain't got nothing to worry about. That's what they tell us here in Babylon the Great. There's nothing wrong. You're free. You're able to run around and do what you want to do. You can go buy many shoes you want. You can go to as many clubs. You can lay down with as many women. You can shoot who you want. You can smoke what you want to smoke. You can do whatever you want to do. It's all good. Let me get that in Romans 6 and 23. To show you exactly what death is.
The book of Romans chapter 6 and verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
The what?
For the wages of sin is death.
So sin equals death. That's why he's telling them, hey, ain't nothing worth, ain't nothing going on. You good. Keep sinning. Oh, you don't know what sin is? Don't worry about it. Everything's good. Sin is done away with. The laws are done away with. Everything's good. You have nothing to worry about. That's what he just told that man. That's what these nations, these other nations tell our people on a daily basis. That's what we've been conditioned to think.
You want to know what's on the other side? Can you see it? Of course you can't. Because nothing is there. It's all a lie.
You see that? Telling us it's all a lie. There's nothing on the other side. It's nothing for you. Why even try? Why keep fighting? Just go and give up, die. There's nothing on the other side. But when you go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9, it tell you that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the world that follows. So it is a flip side. It is something for us to fight and keep these commandments for. It's a reason for all things. But for them to tell us these things would ultimately tell us what? To stop fighting, to not even try. Nobody's perfect. Why even try? You know, that's what he's saying. There's nothing on the other side. This is how it's going to be. And when you read Psalms 49:11, paraphrasing, it say that they believe that their kingdom shall live forever. So when he telling us, hey, don't worry about it, everything's good, there ain't nothing on the other side, they telling us to give up, don't even try.
Good help. Been there. Now burn.
So he told them to burn. Go to hell. Burn. Are we not in hell right now? Y'all brother got that script that say hell have enlarged itself?
Yeah, gotcha. The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, and Isaiah chapter 5 and verse number 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore, hell hath enlarged herself.
Hell have enlarged herself. Us going into captivity after captivity after captivity after captivity. Hell have enlarged herself. Therefore, we burning. We don't even realize for some odd reason we think we free. We think we out of captivity because now we are able to sit down at the same table and lay down in the same bed with the same folks that were burning, raping, and robbing and pillaging us. We think we ain't in hell no more. That's more hell than them actually doing what they were doing. Now they done made it where that was just a thing of the past. But, you know, hell have enlarged itself. He told them to go to hell. He said, I already been there. Esau's supposed to be up under us. They were at one point in time. They will be again. But he said, I already been there. So burn. He don't give a damn about our condition.
Right.
You know? But let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Because like I asked you in the beginning of the scene, who was the guy that was walking around? 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Like I said, if y'all brother got something you want to add, feel free to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
You see that the devil walking around seeing who he may devour. He didn't have to deal with that man that was laying on the scene right there. But for some odd reason, he felt the need to make that man burn, suffer. The same way they did with the nation of Israel. You got 18 different nations on this planet. But for some odd reason, they only dealing with us. They coming up with all these schemes, plots, and strategies to keep us on the bottom, keep us destroyed, keep us burning in hell. You see that? Because the devil walking around seeing who he can devour. So we got to be sober. We got to be vigilant, meaning we got to be focused on and be on one mindset, following the commandments, following the Lord, being vigilant, just like Batman and Superman, being vigilant, ready to fight for the law, ready to fight for your people, for your nation, fight for the Lord. You got to be vigilant, knowing that we have enemies. You know, let's keep playing though.
Let me get a precept real quick, King.
All right.
Right, the book of Isaiah, chapter 21, and verse number 5.
Bring it out.
Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. Right. So just like the brother bringing out, hey, they like a lion that's roaming around waiting to devour. So we have to be watchmen. You have to watch your surroundings, watch your whereabouts, watch who you talking to, right? Because the adversary, the devil, he's waiting like a roaring lion. Verse 6. For thus hath the Lord said unto me, go, set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth. So we have to declare what we see, the things that we bringing out, right? Like the brother bringing out. we have to declare what we're seeing, right? And relay the message to the people and give them warning, thus saith the Lord. Right? But you got it, King.
That's right.
That's
Keep
right.
playing. You got something, King?
Oh, no, not right now. I got some though.
So that boy having visions. This is what he's seeing.
We lost.
Israel.
Not while the tower still stands. Not while you still stand.
He said we lost. He said, no, not while the tower still stands. Let's go to the book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 8. He said, not while they still alive, the tower still lives. It still stands. You have not lost. Let's go to the book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 8. Book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 8.
The book of Ezra, chapter 9, and verse number 8.
Uh-huh.
And now for a little space, grace hath been showed from the Lord our God to leave us a remnant to escape.
What?
A remnant to escape.
You see that? What did he tell that man? What did he tell his brother? We are that remnant. We still here. We still generating as a people. So with a little space, a little grace, we have been showed from the Lord our God to leave us as a remnant to escape. Go ahead.
To leave us a remnant to escape and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our God may be lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage.
You see that? And to give us a nail, meaning a spike in the holy place, a place of existence. We're going to continue to stand. Let me get Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. And it says that our God may lighten our eyes, meaning give us light to see, and give us a little reviving in our bondage. Give us strength to continue to push on. You see right there in that scene, there's two brothers left fighting against the wickedness of the world, trying to keep the tower up. That's their goal. That's their whole purpose of existence, to keep that tower up. And that tower, or them two brothers, represent that remnant of the nation of Israel. The repentant brothers and sisters who will continue to push and endure through mounds of wickedness in order for the tower to still stand, in order for the word of the Lord to be magnified. We got to continue to push. But in this scripture, in Israel chapter 9, verse 8, it's saying, for a little space, grace have been showed from the Lord our God. He don't have to show us grace, but he is. And let me get Malachi chapter 3, verse 6.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob, meaning Israel, are not consumed. Just like the man was telling them. He was saying, we failed, we lost. He said, nah, the tower still stands because we still here. The Lord ain't changed, therefore we still here. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. Even from the days of your fathers, ye are gone away from mine ordinance, and have not from mine ordinance,
from the commandments. Go ahead.
And have not kept them.
And have not kept them. Go ahead.
Return unto me.
What the Lord
and I
said?
will return unto me.
The Lord said, return unto me. Therefore, you won't have to worry about the tower being knocked down or you losing the battle. Return unto me. Read.
And I will return unto you, said the Lord of hosts. But ye said, wherein shall we return?
Wherein shall we return? Our people today so lost, they don't even know that the Most High God of the scriptures is for them. He is our Father and our Father alone. You saying, wherein shall we return? Where are we going back to? We don't have a land. We don't have a heritage. And that's why we got to consistently endure and push this word to wake our brothers and sisters up, to let them know who the hell they are and what they got to do in these last days. because we don't know where we returning to. We don't know who we returning to or why.
That's right.
You got something you want to add, King?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring out that verse 17.
All right.
And it says, verse 17, and they shall be mine, said the Lord of hosts, in that day when I when I make of my jewels, I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. And I was just bringing that up because the brothers, the two brothers right there, basically they're the Jews of the Lord. And the Lord said, I would spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. So the Lord spared these brothers, because they serve the Lord, and we gotta return to the Father so we can get spared as well.
Right.
You know.
That's right.
Don't let him get into your head. I do not aim in my head.
He said, don't let them get in your head. They heard voices. They heard the wickedness of this world. He said, don't let them get in your head. Let's get the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 27. The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 27.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse number 27. Neither give place to the devil.
That's all I want. That's all. It's that simple. They heard them voices. They heard the wickedness that's portrayed to us through media, through the music, in our schools, at our jobs, even in our own household. Read that one more time, King.
Ephesians 4 and verse 27. Neither give place to the devil.
Don't give place to the devil. Don't let them rent space in your head, in your mind, in your heart, between your ears, if you got ears to understand. Don't let them rent space in your mind to beguile you the same way he beguiled Eve in the garden, to beguile our people, our pastors, our prophets, our leaders, our so-called celebrities. Don't let them beguile you, get in your head. That's what he was telling that brother. They were telling each other these things. That's called exhorting one another, sharpening iron, building each other up. Ready, you see how they back to back, ready to fight, ready for the battle. Matter of fact, let me go to Psalms chapter 37, verse 32. Guess y'all got something y'all want to add. Psalms 37 and 32.
Psalms chapter 37, verse 32.
Uh-huh.
The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him.
You see that? The wicked, they watching the righteous. These two brothers, they fighting for their nation. They fighting for their purpose in life. They fight for the Most High. Same way you righteous and brothers and sisters are fighting to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Fighting for your nation. You say, but the wicked, these other nations, they watching the righteous and seek to slay him. They seeking every opportunity they can come up with to slay us. Whether it's McDonald's, whether it's your Thanksgiving meals, whether it's you breaking the Sabbath, hey, they setting up to slay us. They want us to stay in sin so they can, I hate to say it like this, but be righteously able to destroy us. Because that's their position. That's their purpose. To tempt us, and when we go off by that temptation, it's their job to punish us. So they want to continue to watch and come up with different schemes to have us going off in sin so that they can punish us. And like we said beforehand, the devil walking around like a roaring lion, seeing who he can devour. They set traps just so they can devour you. Set up schemes and strategies to devour you. They all tricks. It's all schemes. It's all temptation. But you can't give place to the devil. You got to stay steadfast in his truth, unmovable. Always abounding in the work of the Lord. Paraphrasing, that's 1 Corinthians 15 and 58.
Right.
But the wicked be watching to slay us And that's exactly what you're gonna see in this scene right here.
Let me bring something out, King.
All right.
Right, the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 14. For a man's mind in some time wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower. So as we watching, just like the brother was bringing out, hey, we have to be mindful of the things that's going on. Esau try to have you going against your brother. Esau try to have you going against your wife and your kids, right? Telling you more things that's not even in there. So this is why the Lord command us, Matthew 18:11, admonish your friend, right? Matter of fact, let me get that. Sirach chapter 19 and verse, let me find it. Sirach chapter 19 and verse 13. And it reads, admonish a friend. It may be he have not done it, and if he have done it, that he do it no more. Admonish thy friend. It may be he have not said it, and if he have, ask that he speak it not again. So, right, just like it's an Edomite that I work with, right? Edomite, he thinks somebody talking about him. I'm like, man, they not even talking about you, man. I said, why don't you just go down there and ask them what they talking about? You know, it might make you look crazy, but at least it'll get it off your mind, right? So that's why you got to admonish your friend. You know, in certain situations, hey, you might be the crazy looking one, but ultimately you don't want to have these devils, right? These evil spirits playing mind games and mind tricks on you, right? Have you hating your brother for no reason, hating your sister for no reason, and then hating your nation for no apparent reason, right? But you got it, King.
That's right.
He who aims at his hand has forgotten the face of his father. I aim with my eye. I do not shoot with my hand. He who shoots with his hand has forgotten the face of his father.
He said, who shoots with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. What are you doing when you're shooting with your hands? You're shooting from the hip. Let's get a definition of that. Let me bring this up right quick. Says shoot from the hip. Can one of y'all brother read that?
Yeah.
You
got it, bro.
Shoot from the hip. React suddenly or without careful consideration of one's words or actions.
Shooting from the hip. You just reacting without careful consideration of your words or your actions. That's what they showing you in this scene right here. Hey, if you shooting with your hands, you ain't thinking about what you're doing. You ain't thinking about the consequences of your words or your actions. You're just shooting from the hip. And that's what a lot of our people do in this society, not knowing truly who they are and how they're supposed to fight their battles. They just shoot from the hip. And that's why you see our brothers and sisters dying on a daily basis at a rapid rate. You know what I'm saying? It used to be something that you would hear about every now and then. But every day you turn on the news, you ain't even got, every time you open your damn phone, you're getting a notification saying a brother was shot, gunned down, robbed, just shot at a damn barbecue, shot at a birthday, shot at a Thanksgiving meal, shot on Halloween, shot out pumping gas at his car, shot stopping at a red light, shot buying some Jordans, shot taking his girl or his kids out.
Black Friday sale or something.
Right.
Just every day, every minute, is somebody getting killed. They shooting from the hip. They don't care about the consequences. They reacting with female tendencies and they just reacting off emotion. They don't consider, they don't think with logic. Something logical would say, hey, that brother stepped on my shoe. Hey, I can clean that off. Hey, if I came to the brother and said, hey, man, you stepped on my shoe, not knowing where I'm just reaching, brother might say, hey, man, I'll buy you another pair of shoes. Knowing that ain't gonna really happen, but hey, these brothers today, our people are killing over somebody stepping on your damn shoe. You robbing brothers with tennis shoes, man.
That's right.
killing people for chicken sandwiches. Come on, man. We shooting from the hip. We forgotten the face of our Father. And what do we mean by that? We ain't keeping the commandments. We ain't following the laws, or we ain't following the way that he set up for us to follow or to travel. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13.
And brother, if I may add real quick, shooting from the hip, that's what our people do physically now and spiritually.
Right.
They just shoot from the hip, man. They don't have any aim, and we don't condone any violence. But you know, in gun training classes, right, when they teach you how to shoot, they say you need to shoot at the target. You have to see your target and everything that's beyond your target. You don't just look at the target. You got to see everything beyond that. So you don't just shoot from the hip, right? Like we do spiritually now, or even physically. And our brothers need to start killing each other, man. That's a damn shame. Shooting like the brother when he gave a list of things, and we can go on about them. But these things are minuscule, man.
Right.
And we should not be doing these things, man. So we gotta come back to being the true watchman for the Lord, and come back to being able to see the actual enemy instead of looking at our own brother as the enemy.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, the enemy, like you were saying beforehand, he looking for different ways to devour you. He'll give you what they call the damn thing. You stick it in your damn gun and it's shooting 100 rounds in 30 seconds.
Talking about when they do the switch.
Yeah, the switch. Who you think invented it? Why you think he invented it? They ain't killing each other fast enough. Hey, give him something else to help him out.
Right.
Shooting at one brother, you shoot up a whole store, shoot up everybody in the store except for the person you were shooting at. Shooting from the hip, shooting out of emotion, shooting to be cool, flashing a gun to be cool. You know? Unreal. But let me get back to the movie. Can you put the disclaimer back up though?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So going back into it, the brothers are saying he who shoots from using his hand has forgotten the face of his father. Let's see what the scriptures say. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 13. He that shoots with his hands has forgotten the face of his father. Now, it's clear cut and it's wide open. That's not what I was looking to say, but it's clear as day to let you know that we as a nation of people don't have our father. And even inside the nation, our households are destroyed because we don't have a father. You know what I'm saying? The fathers are missing. The leadership, the instruction, the guidance is missing. The power is missing. So that's why they're saying you shooting with your hands, you forgotten the face of your father. You out there shooting thinking that's going to save your life. That's not going to save your life. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah 2 and 13.
The book of Jeremiah.
You
got it, King.
Sorry, the King. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
Go to Jeremiah 16:11. So it says, my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. We done forgot about the Lord. We done forgot where wisdom actually comes from. Now we out here watching Mark Zuckerberg. We out here following behind Elon Musk, Donald Trump, what's his name? The damn billionaire, the old guy. I can't even think his name.
Bill Gates.
Not him, it's another one. The one Jay-Z be following behind like a sick puppy.
Leo Cohen.
Who? Leo
Cohen.
Damn. He an old white dude, old Edomite.
Warren Buffett.
Yeah, that's him. Warren Buffett. We following behind them, trying to find wisdom in a wicked society.
Right.
You know, we have forsaken the fountain of living water, meaning Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. We have forsaken him through his wisdom and his water, living water. We have forsaken it. We say to hell with that. Them laws done away with. That's back then. We ain't in them times no more. Now we think Google is where the knowledge is at. We think damn Stanford and Yale, Harvard, that's where the knowledge is at.
Wow.
NASA. Foolishness. And they ain't doing nothing but spewing lies.
Mm.
And you paying to be lied to. But let's go to the book of Jeremiah 16 and 11.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 11. Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law.
Keep reading.
Verse 12. And ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his own evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Therefore, will I?
That's
therefore,
all.
Okay.
It's just saying, right? The Lord is telling us our fathers have forsaken him, and we done worse than our fathers. You saying, how in the hell is that possible? Every aspect of our life today, damn near go against the Father. You wake up in the morning, you don't give no praise, you don't give no honor, you don't hit your knees. You get up, you hit that clock rushing so you can get to work. You don't give no praise to the Most High. You damn jump in front of the damn table rushing, you go grab a sausage, egg, and cheese. You're putting the foul abomination in your body as soon as you wake up. You know what I'm saying? Then you put filth in your ear, jamming down the road while you headed to the job.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The whole day you committed to wickedness, serving other God. Your whole mindset is, oh, I got to get another one. I got to get my rocks off. Or I got to go get this money so I can pay for my kid's birthday or get some Christmas gift. Or getting up, you thinking of different ways, plotting on your brother on how to rob him so you can get the come up, so you can get that bag. We serving, walking after other gods and have served them and worshiped them. You're bowing down, going to these churches, toting around a damn statue of bloody-eyed Mary, toting around the damn church, thinking you're doing something. And you forsaking the actual words that are in the Bible, where you even get the knowledge of Mary or Jesus or Yahushua. You forsake everything that's written in there, but you just carry on the traditions. That's what we do as a nation of people. We bowing down, fainting and passing out to see Shaq, see Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, passing out. You know what I'm saying? Crazy as hell. And the Lord said, ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart. Anything pop in your head, you're walking after it. It's no constraint. You ain't trying to refrain yourself from doing any damn thing. You're living a law. You lawless just like these other nations. That's what we got to come back to, not shooting with our hearts, shooting from the hip, but actually using our minds and coming back to serving the Lord.
That's right. That's right. Hey,
I got something on it.
Yeah, quick point. Like you said, they pretty much fall out for celebrities, right? Pass out, hit the floor. You know, you look at white Jesus, he pretty much like a celebrity. He's not a god. That's why when they worship white Jesus, they pass out and hit the floor. It's like worshiping the Beatles and like worshiping the Beatles and Elvis Presley. Yeah, you got it, King.
That's true.
Also, when you watching this scene, you see the brothers pull out weapons. They pull out their guns. They ain't looking down the barrel of the gun, as you can see. He's saying whoever shoots with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. When you remember and understand who your father is, you realize that our weapons as the nation of Israel is not carnal. Let's prove that. Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. Let's start at 3. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. It's some truth to all these movies, whether you know it or not. It might be a small percentage, but it's some truth to these movies. And you can see in this scene, his brother's not looking down the barrel of the gun. Because they know you focusing on the actual gun in your hand, you're going to lose. You have forgotten who your father is. You have forgotten the words, the precepts that he has given you. Let's read that.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
So we all know that we in the flesh, but we don't war after the flesh. We as a nation of people, we on the bottom of society right now. Even though we the strongest and we the best at everything, we on the bottom right now. And if you in this truth, you know the reason why. If not, we on the bottom for being disobedient, for breaking the Most High's commandments. Keep reading.
Verse number 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
So it says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We can't win a battle against these other nations. They got armies, tanks, jets, nukes. We can't win. Yeah, we the strongest, fastest. We the best at everything. But the Lord has set it up, just like it's talking about in Job 19, paraphrasing. He set up walls where we can't get past that. He has it set up where we have to come back to him in order to win, in order to get back to where we're trying to get to. We got to come back to the Most High. We can't forget his face. Because our weapons of warfare are not carnal. Whether you know it or not, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel, we are at war on a daily basis.
That's right.
Your enemy will smooth it over and make you to believe otherwise. But on a daily basis, you are at war spiritually. Read that verse one more time, King.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
Read 5.
Verse number 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach.
You see that? I could go on for days explaining this verse, but I'm going to try my best to make it simple. Like you see in this scene right here, these brothers got the guns, but that's not what we need to do. It's nothing wrong with having them, but we ultimately know that these things will not save us from our enemies, you know. But we got to understand we at war, and we got to be bringing down the strongholds that plague our people, casting down these wicked imaginations and everything that exalted itself against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We got to bring down these strongholds. That's how we regain our strength as a people. That's how you don't end up with two brothers back to back trying to make sure a tower stands. If everybody understood that these other nations, they have no power against us.
That's right.
So we got to break down all these different strongholds that plague us as a nation of people. All these wicked imaginations that our people have, we got to bring them things into subjection. They got to be stomping on that. They got to be willing to say to hell with a damn turkey for Thanksgiving. They got to say to hell with keeping these birthdays. The Lord ain't never told me to celebrate that. They got to be ready and willing to keep these commandments and fight for these things day in and day out.
Right. Let me get a precept, King.
All right.
Right. The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse number 14. Offer unto God thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High. So the Lord is not talking about Thanksgiving, right? Yeah, Babylonian holiday that's celebrated. We don't offer any any animals, or we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, because that's not what the Most High is talking about, right? Hey, asking the Lord for thanks, seeking the Lord's face while he may be found, that's what you should do, right? Verse 15 is the point. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. So in the day of trouble, just like they saying right here, they don't shoot with their weapon, they shoot with their heart. Meaning we should be shooting with the words of the Lord. The words of the Lord are sharper than any two-edged sword,
That's
piercing
right.
the asunder, even the asunder of soul and spirit. Paraphrase. So we call upon the name of the Lord in the day of trouble, right? Whether you have any kind of weapon, it don't matter. You still call upon the name of the Lord. You call upon him, and then the Lord will deliver you. It's not your weapons going to deliver you. It's not your bulletproof vest, right? Or your new hard hat. It's the words of the Lord that would deliver us.
That's right. Let's go to the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14. So we know our people basically out here shooting from the hip, following the hidden agenda by these other nations. You know, shooting from the hip. They have forgotten who their father is, but it's a way back to finding him, to remembering his face. Let's get 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14. 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14.
Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14.
Yes, sir.
All right. The book of Second Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, and then I will heal from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land.
You see that? The Lord, he always leave the breadcrumbs. He always let us know. He always give us that security factor that we seek. He say, if my people, he didn't say all people, but my people, letting you know that he talking to the nation of Israel constantly, from the beginning of the book to the end of the book. While everybody else trying to draft themselves or graft themselves in, he only talking to the nation of Israel. So the whole Old Testament, for one, he talking to the children of Israel. So how in the hell, when they get to the New Testament, everybody think everybody in the world can find their place in this book? It's crazy as hell, but that's a different story. But it says, if my people, which are called by my name, Israel, princes that have power with the Most High, and over men that have prevailed, shall humble themselves, meaning we got to get that damn prideful spirit out of it. We got to be humble. The Lord said he hate a poor man with a prideful spirit. We all poor as hell. How in the hell we walking around prideful though? We got to humble ourselves. Realize that the Most High kill, make alive. He make rich and poor. We got to be humble. And he said, and pray. Instead of getting up, just hitting that clock and jumping in the shower and jumping down the road, take time to pray to the Most High daily, throughout the day. And seek my face. We got to seek his face on a daily. How do you do that? By keeping these commandments, by reading and meditating on the precepts. He giving us a way out. That's a precept in the New Testament for those who don't know. He ain't gonna put nothing on your plate that you can't escape from. Right now, he giving us the cheat code in order to get out of this mess. You know what I'm saying? Seek my face and turn. Not run toward, but turn from their wicked ways. Then will I hear from heaven. So you just putting your hands together, thinking that he hearing you when you doing all manner of wickedness. He ain't listening to you. That goes for you old head and for you youngins who've been taught in these wicked churches that you can pray and the Lord hear all things. Yeah, he present, but he ain't listening to you because you ain't doing nothing he told you to do. It's no different than you going in your damn boss office, asking for a raise, and you show up late every damn day. You don't do nothing you're supposed to be doing. He ain't listening to you. He gonna tell you, I got something going on. I'll holler at you later on. Same way kids, when you going to your parents, you ain't did nothing they told you to do, but you want A, B, C, D. They gonna turn you around as soon as you come knocking on the door. As soon as you open your mouth, hey, mom, hey, dad, have you done what I told you to do? Get the hell on then. Same principle. But the Lord said, then once you turn from your wicked ways, pray, seek him, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Heal us. Our brothers and sisters, if you want healing, you know what you got to do. 2 Chronicles 7:14. Seek his face. Repent. But I'm going to play some more unless y'all got something else y'all want to add. All right.
Shoot my mind. I do not kill with my gun. He who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. I kill with my heart.
Stop breathing.
Hey, hold on, brother. I wanted to bring out that was something as they was had their back towards one another and guarding the place. He was saying something. He was saying they was repeating, who forget the face of their father, not mistaken. That's what he was reciting. But I'm gonna bring out this right quick. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 11. Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. So we got to comfort each other, one and edify one another. So them reciting this, that saying, hey, basically, him that shoot with their hands, forget the face of his father. So they edify one another. So that's why we got to be in this truth. We got to comfort one another and edify one another. And that's how we edify one another, by comforting one another. It go both ways, Continue on.
That's right.
All right.
Stop breathing.
No.
He told him to stop breathing. That was an enchantment. Those them divination. That's what happens when you stop focusing on the Most High. Because when you don't, you forfeit your protection. That's what happens when you do that. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse 23. Because when you following the Most High and you doing what he tell you to do, what that man, the devil said, it shouldn't affect you. It shouldn't be able to enter in. You should be able to deflect that. Let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse 23. That right there was a divination. That was a spell, an enchantment, that he put on that brother. And because he let his guard down for that quick second, it overcame him. Got that?
Yes, sir. The book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have God wrought?
You see that? It says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have God wrought? So basically, they're saying if we following and doing what we're supposed to be doing, none of that should be able to prevail against us. And when you actually read the scriptures, the testimonies, you'll see that the other nations constantly tried to use divination against us, starting in Egypt, but it did not prevail against us. And what I was saying earlier, if we stay focused on the Most High doing what he tells us to do, then we'll be protected from these things. And let me get this precept in Sirach chapter 33, verse 1. It says, there shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. So when you fear the Lord, you fear him by keeping his commandments because you don't want his judgments to fall upon you. And if we had feared the Lord as a whole, as a nation, we would still be on top right now. The only reason we're on the bottom is because we didn't fear the Lord. We walked after other guys. We walked after the other nations. Therefore, he turned and hid his face from us. And we forgot the face of our Father. And now this brother, he told him, don't breathe. When you read Genesis 2 and 7, it said he breathed into man the breath of life. This man forgot his face, forgot the face of his father. He was able to take that breath out of him. See that? But listen to what he say to the man that's still upright.
Fight it!
Telling him to fight.
It never works on you, does it, Roland? The power you have to resist my magics. Not forever.
See that? It never works on you, Roland. It never works on you, Israel, when you truly follow in the ways of the Most High. When you built up in the spirit, when you on fire, when you fervent in the spirit, the ways of this world will never be able to overtake you. Thanksgiving, that's nothing. Damn, breaking the Sabbath, that's nothing. Putting on your fringes, that's nothing. Damn, what is it? Give me some more things and following the commandments, fella.
Put the beard on your face.
That's nothing.
The pork.
That's nothing.
All right. Keeping
You know
the feast
what I'm saying?
days.
Yeah, not eating pork.
Sisters, putting on your dresses. That's nothing. When you built up in the spirit and you know your calling, you know your worth, you know where you come from, who you belong to. When you consider all things, that will never work against you. He said your tricks, your magic never worked. He walked off. He came up for a season, and then he walks off. These things will continue to happen to us as a nation of people. We got to realize these things. So if we remember what our Father's face is, we know what he done told us, we'll realize these things. Y'all got something y'all want to add?
Yeah, let me see.
Face me! Face me.
The tower will fall, Roland.
Said the tower will fall. Whether you know it or not, that tower represents the nation of Israel. That brother and his other brother represent the nation of Israel. McConaughey right there represent Esau, the devil, Satan, saying eventually you will fall. We already fell. We in the rebuilding process right now, the restoring of our nation. But their job every day is to wake up, to lie, steal, and kill. They come out the womb speaking lies, paraphrase. They know who they are. They know what their purpose is. We don't. That's why it's imperative for us to continue to be built up in the spirit, day in and day out. And just like they were doing, the brother brought out earlier, let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 5, right quick. The book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 5. Because they were making chantment, well, not chantments, they were quoting scriptures when they heard the sounds of the devil, the whispers, the evil spirits, the demons trying to creep in. They pulled out their gun. They was ready to fire.
Book of Luke, chapter 4, and verse number 5. And the devil, taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it. I give it. Right, in verse 7. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine.
You see that? Those are voices. Those are evil spirits. That's Satan right there. Talking to Yahushua or Christ, as you know. That little buzz in his ear. Hey, man, I'll make you rich beyond your dreams. Sign on the dotted line. I give you everything you want and more. You want fame? I can give you that. You want money? I can give you that. You don't want to touch the ground? You don't want to? I can give you that. You want private jets, helicopters, mansions? I can give you that. You want all the finest women? I can give you that. I can give you everything that you see before you. That's Satan talk, temptation talk. Let's see what Yahushua did. Did he do just like them brothers did when they pulled them weapons out? Let's see. Keep reading, brother.
Verse number 8. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
You see that? He didn't pull out a damn weapon to try to go toe-to-toe with Satan. He didn't pull out no damn guns. He didn't pull out a rocket launcher. He didn't pull out a damn switchblade knife. He didn't do all that. He didn't put his dukes up. You know what I'm saying? He fought with the scriptures. Fought with the scriptures. That's what them brothers were doing when they were saying we don't shoot with our hands, shoot with our heart. He who shoots with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. Yahushua proved right there he did not forget the face of his father. He said, if you see me, you have seen the Father. That's a strong representation of not forgetting the face of your Father. That's how we got to be in this truth. That's how we got to be in this walk in life. You know, fighting with them scriptures, meditating on them day in and day out. You know, got anything you want to add, King?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that go back to that 2 Corinthians 10:4. The weapons of warfare are not carnal, because you know, if you use a carnal, if you're in a carnal state, Esau gonna, you know, he gonna catch your weapons like he caught that bullet from Jake. You know, so you can't use a carnal things to go against this devil. It's got to be through the spirit of Yahushua. You know.
That's right.
Right. Let me get a precept real quick.
All
The
right.
book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the heaven for thy possession. So the Lord didn't say just go up and take arms and go take these nations down. He said, ask of me. So if we want anything, whether it be the heathen into captivity, whether it be anything that you need, the Lord said, ask of me. And the Lord already know what you need anyway. All you got to do is ask the Lord and thank him for the things that you have according to his will. So we have to ask the Lord according to his will, according to his power, because the Lord has the ultimate say so in the end.
That's right. So, unless y'all brother got anything else y'all want to add, I'm gonna go ahead and end it with 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58.
Yeah, I got one more I want to add.
All right.
Isaiah. Give me 1 second. Okay, Isaiah chapter 21 and verse 8. Right? Isaiah chapter 21 and verse 8. I'll start at verse 6. For thus hath the Lord said unto me, Go set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth. And he saw a chariot with a couple of horsemen, a chariot of asses, and a chariot of camels, and he hearkened diligently with much heed. And he cried, A lion, right? And he cried, A lion, my Lord, I stand continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, and I am set in my ward whole nights. So we telling our people now, hey, we see a lion, right? That's waiting and crouching, waiting to get you. And that lion is Esau, the devil that the Bible speak of, you know. So he's roaring around and crouching in the tall grass, waiting on to catch a lost sheep by itself. You know, so we have to be watchful for our own spirits and watch who we keep in our company. That's why the Lord said, if you're supposed to be around like-minded brothers, paraphrase, you know. But you got it, King.
All right. I'm gonna end with Psalms chapter 27, verse 8. Be the last script. Psalms chapter 27, verse 8.
The book of Psalms, chapter 27 and verse 8. When thou saidest, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek.
So at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, seek the Lord's face. Don't forget your father's face. Don't be shooting from the hip. Don't be shooting with your hand. Follow your father. Call on the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua in your time of affliction, because he will deliver you. But you got to be doing what he tell you to do. Remember that. Seek ye the face of the Lord. Keep that in mind. As always, it's been another installment of The Truth is Staring You Right in the Face. And I'm your brother Ananias.
Brother Badiah.
Brother Yakub.
We are AOY, the Awakening of Israel. And we got to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua for the reading, for the understanding. And on that note, we say shalom to you.